Hello students, welcome to Unit 5 for MOL5361. Dr. Romo here, and I just wanted to pop in and provide you with some information related to the content for this unit, particularly in global leadership and diversity. So this week we are moving through a lot of content. Here's a copy of our activity summary. On Wednesday we have a discussion board post due. On Sunday we have 3 things to complete. We have our discussion replies that are due, as well as our journal and written assignment on global diversity training case study. And so as we're looking through some of that, I just wanted to provide you with some updates. Looking here, you can see on our journal for diversity framework, you are required to go through the 4-step diversity framework. We're going to talk about that a little bit today with each other here live. And then you'll also need to look at the GE statement on diversity in Canvas, evaluate the statement using the 4-step diversity framework, and then write a paper based on that. So your paper is required for you to write 500 to 800 words, citing relevant sources in APA style, and referencing them effectively to determine and really kind of determine the use of this 4-step diversity framework, comparing it to the GE statement on diversity and inclusion for that company. Compare it, see how it lines up, and provide some of your thoughts related to it in that 500 to 800 word journal. The next one is our global diversity training case study. What you'll be doing in this written assignment is reviewing the diversity programs provided for you in Canvas. For this particular assignment, there's a list of a bunch of different organizations to go through. You'll pick a program and you'll analyze that program using the 4-step diversity framework that we used in our journal. So that's great. We're going to keep repeating something, but now we're looking at a complete training program, and you're going to do an analysis on this diversity program, analyzing it, so being able to explain it, analyzing the effectiveness, maybe some ineffectiveness, and then use that 4-step diversity framework to compare and contrast and analyze how well that program has been developed. Now, you can do that all from the information provided to you in Canvas. You can also use outside sources if you like, but after you've completed your analysis, you're going to write a case study determining which program you would administer to your team if you were a global organizational leader, and then present a rationale for your choice. This will be a fully developed paper, so make sure you provide us with your analysis from the 4-step diversity framework that you utilized, as well as why this is the best choice, how you would complete this, and then you can pick from some templates for a case study that are provided to you in Canvas to do this in this written paper. You do need to use formal APA format, have a minimum of 4 quotes directly from the text cited properly per APA, and make sure you have integrated in at least 3 other academic sources to help support your argument. There are a lot of references provided for you in this assignment description, as well as in the required studies. So I just wanted to kind of pop in there and tell you about that. I also wanted to highlight some things that are important to know about the importance of diversity in global business. Global business leaders in today's interconnected world really need to work together to be able to provide an equitable environment. Organizations really need to establish clear diversity programs that integrate into their operations at every level. A key aspect of this is to ensure that diversity becomes embedded into the culture and the values of the organization. So recruiters must be well equipped at the hiring process to engage with diverse candidates in an effective manner. And most importantly, leaders must take responsibility to embed in accountability within their organizational systems to have an inclusive work environment. Understanding that people come from different backgrounds and we all have our own unique lived experiences that have brought us to the place that we're at, and embracing that and not being punitive for that, and creating an environment where all of those perspectives are welcome. The 4-step diversity framework is listed here. I wanted to provide some time to you to go through a few things to really understand where an organization may be going and what the outlook is for them from implementing diversity in their organization. This framework helps particularly. So companies can be categorized utilizing this framework, based on their actions and a commitment to diversity. So an organization that comes with like a negative perspective will maybe lack policies or not comply with legal standards. So it's a twofold. If you've looked at them and the framework has some sort of negative aspect, meaning there's no equal opportunity in place, there's no claims made to be an equal opportunity employer, that would be an indicator there of that they would fit in that part. Then you'll see that compliant organizations really have established some sort of policies but may lack proactive measures. And then with that, we can see that proactive organizations really kind of fit the mold and the gold standards for actively promoting and monitoring diversity initiatives within their organization and have a goal in mind for long-term success and inclusivity. We see that a lot of organizations kind of fit in any of these aspects. We have ones that are compliant, they're doing what they need to do, but perhaps they might be able to do a little more. We have some that are minimalists, where they make claims to do these things, but maybe haven't embedded or adopt a framework that is inclusive in mind. And then we have the ones that are proactive, the ones that are kind of setting the standard for what should be done in the industry. I mean, continuing education and training for global leaders in that sense within their organization. As we're looking through this, we can see that we need to embed diversity into every organizational strategy. So it should be incorporated into the performance metrics and evaluations for leaders. If you want your organization to be focused on being inclusive to all people, then we need to have that mindset of embedding it into performance metrics and leadership evaluations. Your leaders should be trained to promote an environment that's not just diverse, but it's inclusive for everyone from every different unique background. Like I said, we all have our own unique lived experiences and set of circumstances that have brought us to our point. To this day, we have our own faith systems and things that drive us in our decision-making process in the professional environment as well as our personal environment, and it's really important to embrace that. So organizations must not view diversity as a standalone initiative, but rather an integral part of how they treat their employees. The performance and metrics of leadership evaluations can help at this important level as well as influence other factors. So ensuring that they align with the company objectives, managers are important and should be held accountable for creating an inclusive environment. It also should be considered in how companies are interacting with their external stakeholders and customer base from a diverse perspective. Really, it's an integral part of business strategy, and companies can ensure and sustain and have a meaningful progress towards embracing the uniqueness of us all through this. So diversity should guide our customer engagement, our community relations, and understand those strategies. Businesses today have a mandate almost from different aspects of our communities in the area of corporate social responsibility. So corporate social responsibility tells us that we are good stewards of our community, that the organization is also a resident and a community member in that local community where they are housed. Now, if you're a virtual organization, same thing. You are still an active member of the community that you represent. And so understanding the diverse nature of humans and how we are and what makes us up to be who we are can be helpful as we are working to be more socially responsible in these areas as an organization. When we look to advance diversity in organization, it's important to focus on actionable steps. So some things that we can do, especially what we're doing in this class to practice through our case study of the global diversity training, is to assess organizations from utilizing that 4-step diversity framework. Make sure leadership is trained and employees are trained on best practices, as well as creating a comprehensive diversity action plan that helps businesses grow and have long-term success, and to continually monitor this. Diversity efforts should be monitored on a regular basis, refined on measurable outcomes to guarantee the long-term success and growth for the business and the organization itself. And so remember, it's an ongoing journey to commitment and effort and accountability, but if everyone's involved, it's not just something that we're just checking a box along the way. We know that we can have a strategic advantage that will drive innovation engagement, and long-term success. The reason for this is that we are operating in a global environment. And as we are developing ourselves as global leaders, it's really important to know and to understand we're going to be working with people from very unique backgrounds, sometimes in geographical regions, as well as cultural differences. And so understanding the unique perspectives that they bring and this ongoing journey of what has brought them to this place to work with us in this environment is really important in terms of the success if we're globally minded in our organizational success. As we look through this, I just wanted to pop in and bring you some of those ideas and kind of help you along the way. Let's not forget where we're at with our activity summary, the due date for all of our assignments. We have a discussion board due on Wednesday, as well as 2 written assignments, and our replies due on Sunday. If you need anything, reach out to me. I pray you have a blessed week, and I look forward to engaging with you online this week. God bless.